think that bouncing back from adversity as fast as possible was a sign of strength, a badge of honor. I used to say, or answer even, me, I am fine, to the question, how are you? Even though it was not always true. I used to tell myself, Vanessa, you are a strong, ambitious, Black woman. Be grateful for the opportunities. Keep pushing those through the inequalities. I was raised to believe that success came from great grind and go. Okay, sorry, I just got carried away there. I mean, by this blend of drive, determination, and discipline. I thought for a long time that emotions were distractions, that if I stopped to really feel them, I would fall behind. Listen, we've got stuff to do. So I wore my resilience as an armor. And I also wore a very cool badge that said, look, mom and dad, hello, it's me, your favorite daughter. Middle child energy here, allow me. I wanted the attention, but I didn't want to worry them. You see, I have parents who do not dwell on hardship. They have an inner strength and a capacity to gain perspective very quickly. I think it's cultural. They are French Caribbean after all. My mom is from Guadeloupe, and my dad is from Martinique. Two beautiful, fantastic French Caribbean islands. And I think that for them, emotions are things that other people deal with. Because I wanted to be like them for a long time, my resilience framework, I'm a coach after all, was issue, suggestions, solution, next. To be fair, this mindset served me well for many years. I did really well in school. I even jumped a class. I got the degrees, 1 bachelor and 2 masters to be precise. And I had a fantastic, successful corporate career for 14 years. And 6 years ago, I got to set up my own business, an executive coaching and inclusive high-performance consultancy, where I get, me, Little VB, to work with some of the greatest brands in the world. Yet, 7 years ago, something shifted. My armor broke, and I had to take the badge off. I realized that I was scared of my emotions. I realized that I was scared of feeling them so deeply, fearing that they would break me. I realized that I was scared of losing control. What made me realize this, you ask? 2 years of physical and emotional burnout, where I had a few things: chronic stress, extreme fatigue, anxiety, heartache, disappointment, illnesses, 3 surgeries, and a miscarriage. I started to spiral and lost control. Everything came to a little blast on the 17th of September, 2018, where I lost 85% of my belongings in a fire in my flat. By the way, never forget to blow out a candle. It was a dark time, literally and figuratively. I can still remember the smell that met me. Ooh. I can still remember the smell that met me as I re-entered the flat. I can still remember the sight of soot over all of my beloved belongings. I can still remember great personal things that had meaning in ashes. This impacted my self-trust. What do you mean? I, the one always in control, forgot to blow out a candle? How can I trust myself now? I can still connect to the feeling of deep loss, the feeling of emptiness, the feeling of loneliness. Because you see, it was not the only hardship that I was facing at that time. I had decided to end a 14 years relationship with my then fiancé, and to add insult to injury, I was in between contracts, feeling with this anxiety, uncertainty of whether I would have a job, whether I would be able to pay my bills, especially as I was temporarily homeless. La série des trois malheurs. 3 major blows, back to back, that could have really, really broken me. And truth be told, I was on the floor, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. What was baffling, what is baffling to me right now is, despite all of this, I was not allowing myself to feel it all, to process it all. I was telling myself, hey, girl, don't break. This is important. You know you're still alive. How dare you complain? Smile. My world was literally up in flames, and I was here trying to sing Hakuna Matata. I mean, who was I kidding? You may have noticed, I don't know how to sing either. That's when it really hit me. Who decided that to be resilient, we must suffer in silence? Who decided that to be resilient, we must be stoic? Who decided that to be resilient, we must pretend to be happy? Yeah. I remembered one of my mantras that clearly I had forgotten. If you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. From Sister Act to the movie. Yes, mantras can come from anywhere. I had to focus on what was happening. I had to really dig deep and face the fear of feeling. And I realized also that I had to stop performing strength. I had to live it. I had to breathe it. I had to embody it softly and genuinely. So I had to come up with a new resilience framework. Acknowledge, process, strategize, Act. Next. Acknowledge the issue and the emotions. Process soulfully. Strategize smartly. Act genuinely. Next. Ooh, I love this framework. I do. But it took me a minute to put it into practice. I'm not going to lie. The processing soulfully took a minute. I didn't know how to do it. I just didn't. I had an idea. I'm a creative individual. I will think about something. So I was like, ooh. In my teens, I used to be a hip-hop dancer. And I was like, ooh, popping, locking, I'm coming back. Right? Until the knee said, oh no. Oh no. That's no. That is not what you're going to do. Girl, sit down. So I sat down with a brush, canvases, and colors. And I started to paint. I've always wanted to paint, but never gave myself the permission to do it. On the 29th of April 2019, I sat down for 5 hours, lost track of time. And in that moment, I felt something that I've not felt in a while. Joy. Real, gentle, grounded joy. Such a beautiful moment. Such a beautiful moment. So, okay. Painting didn't fix anything. But you know what? It didn't matter. That's the most important thing. It just didn't matter. I was really, in that moment, realizing one beautiful thing. Joy doesn't come after resilience. Joy is resilience. And this is when my concept of joyful resilience was born. I was convinced, and I am still convinced, that joyful resilience will change lives. Joyful resilience allows us to feel it all of our emotions. It enables us also to do it as we were designed to, with compassion, with courage, and with self-trust. Joyful resilience is a gift that keeps on giving. It fuels creativity and builds community. Today, I am a wonderful, respected, freaking fabulous coach. And I am also an artist painter. I get to share my joys, my interpretation of joy in so many ways. I also think that it builds community because with my friends, and I'm not looking at you because I'm going to cry, with my family, my partner, and even my sassy dog, Purple, we prioritize joy. And you know that question, how are you? We allow ourselves to go deeper and we say, how are you? Dramatic pause. The voice goes down. Really? That really? Imagine a world where joyful resilience would be taught in schools and universities. right? Alongside math and science, imagine a world where joyful resilience and emotional intelligence would be seen as key skills in the workplace so that we see more creativity, we avoid burnout, and we build better collaboration. Imagine a world where individuals feeling marginalized, who were told to stay strong, actually know deeply that they can feel, paint, dance, sing, if you know how to, and just be, so they can belong. Today, I choose joy every single day, whatever I go through. Why, you ask me? Because I get to. We get to, because we're still here, we are alive. I believe that we have a choice in how we show up. I believe that we have a choice in where we place our energy. And we all have a responsibility to not spread misery. For me, okay. Maybe I should say that again. We all have a responsibility to not spread misery. If there is one thing that I would love for you to take away from this talk, is that joyful resilience is a radical act where we believe that we can still shine even through hardship. We can still rise, we can still belong, we can still become our whole self, truly. And maybe, just maybe, that is why and what my wonderful parents, Edson and Christian, wanted to teach me all along, so I could stand here today on this TEDx stage to share with you. Mommy, Daddy, actually, Maman, Papa, merci. To you, thank you.